Hi, do you have an interest in disability justice? Actually, that's pretty niche. Let me ask you a different question. Are you asexual, or would you like to learn more about asexuality? That's also a bit niche. How about this? Do you like rock music? Hello watchers, my name is Amaranth and I do too much shit. Aside from a full-time job, I make original music, write fanfiction and original fiction, and do fiber arts like knitting and tablet weaving. I've also been blogging for about 6 years. I started with This Is For You Carrie, a blog about disability justice, especially mental illness, that I launched in response to the tragic early death of Carrie Fisher. May her memory be a blessing. I also used to have a YouTube series about asexuality way back in college, and that turned into a blog as well. The YouTube series has changed names a few times, but the blog has always been called That Weird Ace Woman. Most recently came Rock, Rollin' Stim, a blog about my autistic special interest in music, especially heavy music. So if you were wondering what was up with those questions I asked at the beginning of the video, yeah, those are all things I blog about. Why am I talking about blogging in a YouTube video? Because starting in August 2023, I'm going to start making my blog entries into YouTube videos. Let me explain a little bit. Every month, I write a blog entry and post it to my Chai Elemental blog hosted on Ghost. I rotate between That Weird Ace Woman, This Is For You Carrie, and Rock, Rollin' Stim. My amazing Patreon supporters help me choose specific topics in polls, and at the $5 a month level, Patreon supporters can suggest topics to be voted on in polls. That's not going to change. But now, every blog entry is going to get made into a YouTube video the following month. For example, my July 2023 blog entry is a Rock, Rollin' Stim entry on songs I find stimmy. In August of 2023, I'm going to release the corresponding YouTube video on that topic, and also write a This Is For You Carrie blog entry. In September of 2023, the This Is For You Carrie blog entry is going to get its corresponding YouTube video, and I will also write a That Weird Ace Woman blog entry, etc., etc. The idea here is that people who are interested in the topics I'm blogging about, but who don't like reading blogs or would prefer to have something to watch or listen to, will now be able to enjoy, I hope, my content. All three of my blogs have educational content and personal content, and I feel like my educational content is worth sharing, so yeah, I'm doing this because I would like to expand my reader/viewer base. So if you have an interest in any of my three topics, disability justice, asexuality, or rock music, please consider subscribing to my Chai Elemental channel. And if you have the wherewithal in a few seconds, please consider liking and subscribing to feed the algorithm. If you'd like to support me in exchange for getting a thank you at the end of every video/blog entry and voting in polls to help me choose topics, you can do that on Patreon for $1 a month. The link is in the video description. Speaking of which, thanks to my Patreon supporters, Ace, Atia, Emily, Hannah, Max, and Sid. All of you are awesome. Okay, one more thing. The song you hear in the background is my original piece, Stand Up For My Trans Siblings, and not only is it available on Spotify and elsewhere on YouTube, all profits from the song will go to Trans Action, a trans charity in Florida. Okay, now I'm done plugging myself. Bye!